what were your thoughts when you saw the beneficence of Joe Biden parachuting in some loaves and fishes, not to feed the multitudes in the Gaza Strip? You both you and I know the Gaza Strip very well. You made a wonderful series of films about it. Were you as sickened by me at the revolting fare that was dropping from the air from American Air Force jets?
Well, first of all, George, congratulations on your resounding victory. I think that I can speak on behalf of the world when I say we are thrilled to have you back in office. I mean, look, Joe Biden is a genocidaire. He's a criminal. He's sitting there eating ice cream, pontificating on, oh, maybe we can have a ceasefire next week or perhaps the week after. It's an abomination, as 2.3 million people, less now, since so many scores have been killed. But starvation has taken hold, George, and we know that dropping a mere 28,000, I think, aid packets, food packets, as bombs are also simultaneously being dropped while people are starving to death. What does that do? It's a drop in the bucket. And you have the audacity of publications like the New York Times, who just ran with a falsified story about mass rape taking place, hiring random psychopaths to adjudicate the atrocities on October 7th. And they're writing haikus trying to talk around this nonsense on the heels of this massacre, this widespread massacre where Israeli tanks and snipers opened fire on Palestinians, scavenging, starving to death. George, this is what we're dealing with. It's complete moral bankruptcy from the entire world. And look at two Congress people in our Congress, Cori Bush and Rashida Tlaib. They're the only people who have pledged to stop arming this genocidal apartheid state. I'm embarrassed to be an American. I'm embarrassed that this is the political representation that we have 5 months in to this genocide, George.
It is very powerful as you express it. Let's leave, if you like, the superficial politics behind and dive deeper. It has to be a matter of deep psychology for so many politicians in your country and in mine to be as unmoved by what you and I are watching as we are moved by it. What lies beneath it? What's the reason for our politicians being completely unmoved at massacres of infants, at the maiming, amputations, and heads burst open of little babies being taken to now non-existent hospitals? How is it possible not to be moved by that?
5 months of seeing children shredded apart. I do not know the answer to that, George, other than political cowardice and the fact that these politicians only care about one thing and one thing only, their political careers. You do not get into politics in either of our countries if you are a moral person, other than, of course, people like you. I mean, it is unbelievable and disgusting to see the amount of politicians completely beholden to a genocidal apartheid state, committing genocide. I mean, killing scores of civilians, women, infants, like you said. I mean, this is a genocidal policy. You are depriving infants of formula and nursing mothers of water. Look, Joe Biden said it himself, and I think he elucidated it perfectly decades ago on the House floor when he said if Israel didn't exist, we would need to create her to serve our interests. And when you look at Israel, I mean, this tiny state, I mean, it might as well be the 51st state. It's an appendage of the U.S. empire. It's a settler colonial outpost, and it's used as a battering ram for U.S. imperialism and its junior collaborators, which is the United Kingdom. So it's sick that, I mean, you see Code Pink, you see 5 months of people confronting politicians in the halls of Congress, marching out in the streets, doing civil disobedience actions everywhere, right? And these politicians remain unmoved. How is that possible? How are you a human being? How is it possible that John Kirby's sitting up there crying crocodile tears for children in Ukraine and is completely stoic as infant after infant are shredded to bits